Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 39 of SubTerra Tech, where today, well, we get the creative jetpack. How's it done? How do we do it? Well, you're going to have to jump into this episode to find out and see all the nonsense we get into in this episode. All right, guys, let's get ready for this episode where today, well, we've got a few items that I need to get. I would like to get a couple gold pasture seeds, which will require us to get grass here. We're going to need a couple of these turned into the pasture seeds here. I'm going to turn these into gold pasture seeds, which just requires wheat. All right, 2 of those. We're going to need some red string here. All right, got the 2 red string that we need here. We're going to need a couple gold ingots. Just a couple. All right. Another thing we're going to need is this polished andesite, which we make 4 of these. We can take the rest of them and put them in there. And let's see here. Polished andesite, and we need this tiny planet chart. Okay, I don't know if I had the tiny planet on there, but apparently I did. We just need 2 of these tiny planets on us. And so what we will do now is I have all of these rooms set up here for this. We're going to toss the polished andesite, the gold ingot, the red string, the golden pasture seed, and the tiny planet. And there we go. I love the particle effects of doing these spells, or these, yeah. Oh my. Uh, so what that just did is destroyed the central location right here when that got made. So oof, that is rough. Placing these down, it's like Asgard here, Jotunheim here. Let's see here. This here, this here. The Wrath here, 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 and here. Earths, I think, are these 4. Let me double check that. All right. Earth, no, air is up there. Okay, so air. These are air. These are supposed to be air. Here, 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 and here. This is earth down here. And the rest of these are pride. So super easy to make this one. It's very sad that that destroyed the one thing. This. Yeah, it's gonna destroy that center thing again. Yeah, that was kind of neat. But now we have two of these Mjolnirs, Thor's hammers, right? Which is very useful. We're going to need one of these guys over here into this spot. And I have bad news, guys. This still hasn't gotten to double S. I am going to take this real quick. I'm going to show you guys that it needs to be a double S. Because of the MBT data. See right there. So it needs to be double S, which is going to take a little bit. Pretty much what Black Lotuses we get, I immediately toss up in there, and it is just a ungodly time. So what I think we can do for the rest of this episode is work on another of the creative items. I am thinking, looking at the creative items that we need, still left is, oh boy, we have the creative jetpack. We're still working on the mana for this guy. This one I think will be next week. I will work on, and this creative source jar. And clusters. Let's see here. All those essences aren't that hard. Mark of Mastery. That's still easy. It's this 𝐓𝐴𝐿DEN tribute. Give me a moment and I will be back once I figure out which one I want to go with. All right, I have decided which one we're going into, and yeah, we're going into the Nether. Guys, remember I told you what I wanted here, so let's first place a waypoint. Portal. All right, there we go. Let's fly down here. We're gonna have to look for prosperity shards, guys. Not sure what we're looking for. That's dimensional ore. That was just quartz. More dimensional ore, more quartz. So we're gonna be flying around here, pretty much just looking at walls and that type of stuff. Trying to find the one stuff. I just wanted to see what that was. Okay. And yeah, there it is. There's the portal. Hopefully we stay relatively close to it, that we can find prosperity shards. In the walls and that type of stuff. Super easy. So I'm gonna take some time, explore the nether. Ooh. Ooh. We found us a fortress. It's always fun to explore a fortress. Item you're searching for is in another fortress. Let's see here. There is this chest that I haven't opened yet. Source gems, a music disc, okay. Oh, 𝘠𝓸𝓵 cage. Right. Music disc can go in here. All right. Back to looking. All right. I'm going to go looking. I shouldn't be in the fortress trying to find the stuff. And I know you guys are probably gonna be able to spot it better than me. And say it was right there. Which if you did spot it before me, put it in the comments down below with the timestamp of when I overlooked it. It'd be very fun for me to know that I did actually do one of the few things I pride myself on not doing. I think I will be right back once we find some of that ore. All right, guys. I went to the end here, and we found prosperity shard. Super easy. A lot easier than it was going to the nether. So yeah, there we go. That's how you get prosperity shards. Just go right to the end. All right, so let's go home here. Now that we're back here, let's do the things we need here. We need a couple of these guys. I think it's 2 for this. Yeah, it's 2. Let's get I'm gonna say 20 SPS casings and 2 of these SPS ports. Super quick, super easy. Bum bum bum. Let's look at these battery nitros. We should have everything already taught to the system how to craft. We've got a couple of these guys already here, the psi cores. So let's see here. Balloons are going to be the little bit harder portion of this right here. I'll get to those in just a second. 2 swift rending gales. Rings. So swift rending gales, we need 2 springs. Swift rending gales, we need 2 of these, which means 2 bands. All right. Let's go over here to the crafting tables. we might have to teach this how to make most of this stuff. So, let's see here. We're going to need more of the SPS casings, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 more. So 14 more of those there and there. It was like what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You know what? I've also gotten to the state where it's like, just stick these in here real quick, like so. Once we get those in there, that's good enough. So 14 more SPS casings. SPS. 14 more. Right, so we've got those. Let's see here. Oh, we need these muffler upgrades. So let's make these muffler upgrades. So this should be a super easy thing to make. Muffler, 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 muffler. All right, there we go. We've got the necessary muffler upgrades for this. Let's see here. We're going to need these slow falling augments here in just a second, but let's make the emerald jetpack method. So what we're going to do here is we're going to teach it how to make the wooden jetpack, which means we're going to need to teach it how to make this. We're going to go here. We're going to need to teach it how to make each of these following items: the wooden capacitors, the wooden energy cells, the basic energy cells. Let's put this back in here, the wood jetpack and wooden thrusters. All right, so we should be able to do the wooden ones now. So can we go at jet? Should be able to create one for one of these. It's saying it's missing sticks and furnaces. It's not. Just breaking, replacing. Wood, jetpack. There we go. We can craft one of these guys up. Boom. There we go. So now we can go with, it's tier 0. We need tier 1 now, which is this recipe. Needs to know how to make the stone capacitors, the stone energy cells, which we already know one step of that, so that's good. We're going to need stone thrusters. I think that teaches that one. So now we should be able to say stone jetpack. Make that one. Yep, there we go. It shows that we have that available. So so now we just got to keep teaching the next tier up. So give me a few moments to do this to get the emerald, and I will be right back. But before we take a quick break, industrial hemp, we need a hopping botany pot. We need a we just need dirt, and we need a seed, a particular seed, the industrial hemp seed. So what we'll do is we'll set down the hopping botany pot. We can just set it here, dirt, hopping botany pot. We can just do this. And after a little bit, we'll get plenty of the industrial hemp that we're going to need here in it as soon as we get back. So I'll be right back once I teach the entire jetpack line. And just like that, we have all of that taught to the system. So now that we got our emerald jetpack, that puts us one quest closer, or one item closer to our jetpack. Let's click here, see. All right, we need one creative core and some balloons here. So let's go back to where we were at. So we need a creative core. Just request that while running over here to this. Let's take some of these strings here. We're going to need it to make these tough fabric fibers. I don't know how many we're going to need. Let's just make as many as we can. And those tough fabric fibers will let us make balloons, I think. Yeah. Treated wood planks. Okay, so we need treated wood planks here. So we're going to need creosote oil. So creosote oil comes from a coke oven. So we're going to need some coke bricks. Hammer. Let's see here. You're also going to need a hammer. 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 Okay. Engineering hammer. Let's take this over here. Back to our creative stuff that we need for the creative items. And having problems talking while setting this stuff down. Boom, 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 boom. Hammer here. We need coal. I don't think it's gonna be a charcoal, so we're gonna have to go in here and type. Right, blocks of coal, I guess, but we'll just use regular coal, and we'll just set those in there. I will be right back once we get a bucket worth of, well, let's get 2 buckets set up in here real quick. Okay, so there's that. These can go away. The SPS casings can go in here. We're making the balloons right now. Let's see here. What do we need still for this? Let's work on the slow falling off next. Okay, so we're going to need, I see here, the infusion altar as well as the infusion pedestal. So we can click this and we'll just do this. And we'll take some of this, put those in there. So now we should be able to do this, get our infusion altar. Infusion pedestal, we need 8 of these guys. One of the things I like doing with this is a redstone block. And what I do is I will set up a redstone block, set this pedestal up there, set these 8 pedestals around like so. And what we will need is Tetrium essence and phantom membrane. Phantom membranes we can get from the transmutation table because our first time breaking above, it was nighttime. So we were able to get the phantom membranes taught to the system. We're also going to need Ethereum essence turned into, let's see here, the next tier, which we're going to need one of these infusion crystals. So let's get one of these guys, which is fine. Put those in there. We'll grab out as much of this as we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is all of our essences that we've gotten so far. We will set 4 essences down here for phantom membranes, like so. And one of the things I like about this mod is the particle effects. As soon as you start set down the center item. So 1, 2, and we don't have to actually go into perfect symmetry and all that type of stuff. Once we get the slow falling augment, we can now put those in here. And let's see here, what are we missing still? We're still missing the balloon, the jetpack here, the armored jetpack, and honey cakes. So let's go get the what was it? Balloons, the armored jetpack. Jetpack, the armored jetpack. All right, so we need this jetpack so we can tell it to make all of the stuff for the basic jetpack. There we go. We've got the basic jetpack. Now we can make the armored jetpack. All right, go. And we need to fill this full of hydrogen, which we should have hydrogen over here. Oxygen and deuterium. Lithium. We have hydrogen as a byproduct somewhere. I'm not sure right off the top of my head where it's at. My brain is wanting to say we're so close to this. Upper. All All right, it's gonna take a little bit for this to fill up, but it is filling up right now. So I will let that run for a little bit. Let's go check on the creosote here. We've got our first bucket's worth, which is all we need. So now we can try to make the balloons. We need treated wood slab, treated planks. There we go. This makes the slabs. So we should be able to do balloons, right? There we go. We've got 2 balloons. So we toss those balloons in there, and now all we need is the honey cakes. Oh, wow. I know this episode is a little bit longer than we should have it. Let's see here. Creative 4. And that was mostly due to my early aspect of believing the easy way of doing something, well, was not the easy way of doing something. So honey cakes. How we make these honey cakes? We need a filled by spout honey. Let's see, baked cake base. We need baked cake base, which we need a compacting, which is a mechanical press, into let's get another mechanical press. Shouldn't be that hard to make. Into a basin. Right there. All right, so we should be able to do this. All right, we've got the mechanical basin now, so we should be able to make 2 of these bases, which we need dough, 2 sugars, and 1 egg. Or, yeah. Which we need a wheel. Millstone. Can we get a mill from this? Yeah, we can get a mill from this. Just trying to see where I can hook this up to that isn't already being made. Let's see here. Cog, right? Cog. Need 2 of these guys. This will go here and here. And I should be able to just do this and get some flour and toss it into here. I don't know what happened to my JEI, or not my JEI, my Wawa. What am I looking at? Let's see here. We need 2 of these doughs. So all right, and 4 sugars. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, eggs, doughs, sugars. And there we go. We got our 2 cake bases, which we just need to bake real quick in an oven. All right. No, a smoker. Okay, so we need a smoker. A specific tool to be able to make these. Okay, there we go. We got us the smoker. That can set there. Cakes can go in there. We just need fuel like so. Once these get done, we will have 2 cake bases. And do we have honey? Honey. We have honey bottles. I guess we could get a depot, a spout, right? We need fluid, right? We need fluid. We can take one of these empty elites and a pipe, and pipes, fluid pipe, and we're going to need a fluid pipe wrench. All right, so what we'll do here is we will depot, stay here. We will right click that onto there, that there. The ultimate tanks. I think we can put the honey bottles into this. Maybe we just need an item drain. Okay, so we're gonna need an item drain. Item drain. Let's make one of these. Okay, copper block, which we just need a strip block wood. And copper ingot. And let's see here. Pickaxe. This. Back to drain. We need one of these drains here. We need the bases. All right, so now we've got the drain, so we should be able to set drain there, wrench that from the drain, toss all of these honey bottles there, and set this there. And there we go. We've got us our 2 honey cakes. And so all we need now is our armored jetpack. Let me go check on that. If it's not ready, we'll be right back after a few moments. All right, after about a minute later, we've got us the armored jetpack. You can just pretty much put that in there. So now we've got us the creative jetpack, or should have the creative jetpack. So let's see what is missing. Okay, this is storing nothing. I'm not sure, guys. Give me a moment. I will figure it out and I will be right back. Okay, guys. I do not know what the issue is here with this. So what we're going to do is go into 17B or 7B here, the creative jetpack. What we'll do is this, click commit, Click submit, click submit, click submit, click submit, click submit. And we're able to do this to get the jetpack. So there we go. We got the creative jetpack. We didn't get it the way I wanted it to be through this method, the crafting table, but we had everything. I'm not sure what the issue was, but we have one more of the creative items done. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, hit that share button with all your friends, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, later, getters.